video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
So this week, I finally have my new Geek Grind mug.
Yes.
So it says Geek Grind on one side, the other side says Geek Grind, and it has a nice black cat. There you go. There's an image of it for you. And then it says Double Double, Toil and Trouble, Fire Burn, and Cauldron Bubble, which I do believe is Shakespeare, right? I think it's Shakespeare.
I was never a fan.
Of Shakespeare?
Yeah.
It depends on the thing.
No, what's the other one? Hamlet? Hamlet's the only one that I actually really enjoyed, but then again,
That one's good.
Yeah, that was like Romeo and Juliet. Campy, corny, garbage. I can't like that.
I get why Romeo and Juliet's important when, growing up and listening, reading it, watching it, whatever. But yeah, I kind of understand because I don't really enjoy it all that much.
What kind of coffee do you have?
So I have, it's actually just a great value K-Cup, but it's French vanilla, smells really strong, and
it smells good.
That tastes good.
Okay.
You want to try it?
Yeah, I'll give it a quick.
Because I use a French vanilla creamer with it too. It's a little more cream than I should have done, considering the K-Cups don't come out the strongest.
I could drink that.
Yeah, see.
Also, I mean, don't get me wrong. I would lean out for other things, but I would drink that.
Yeah, so not bad for like $3 for I think a 12-pack. My other new thing here, Justin has yet to comment on because he just doesn't care. I have a new shirt.
Bigfoot shirt? I did when I got in.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah. So what up, Bigfoot?
Oh, I didn't even realize. I said, "What's up?"
Wow.
Yeah, this whole time I was
notice
offended.
me.
Okay, so it's Middle of Beyond, and they do nothing but shirts like this, and it's actually really cool.
Beyond?
Middle of Beyond. It's a big eyeball for their logo.
Oh.
And they do Bigfoot button-ups. They do Bigfoot cardigans. They do Ghostbuster button-ups. All kinds of cool shit. I wanted the Ghostbuster one, but they were out in my size.
And then I'm wearing my favorite D&D shirt, which is Diablo. I love this shirt to death.
So if you guys want this coffee cup, this actually matches the
coffee that comes out.
Coffee that's coming out October 1st.
Yes.
So you can get this at Geek Grind. We have a link for you, an updated link for you with that.
I'm so sorry I dropped the ball.
No, I mean, it's kind of on both of us, really. I have the login. I should be checking that stuff. So go ahead and grab our link and grab the code JustH20 to get yourself a discount. I do believe it's currently orders of $50 more or free shipping.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I mean, that 20% off that we're giving you and free shipping.
Mm-hmm. So this mug there, plenty of other stuff. Now, what are you drinking?
Now, I got a nice little Eevee mug. Might as well promote that as well. I don't know why. But as for me, I'm drinking...
I also don't even think you can get that anymore. I bought that off Facebook like 4 years ago.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I'm drinking Matcha Love. It is just a regular Japanese matcha with green tea. And I haven't even tried it yet.
I've never had matcha.
Oh, yeah. You have never had matcha?
I've never had matcha.
Give it a try.
See, my thing with matcha is I always felt like I should go to somewhere that makes it the right way, but I'll try it.
It's not
smells
really,
pretty good.
Yeah, it's not really making it the right way. It's preserving it the right way.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would add a little bit of sugar, but that's good.
I only add one spoonful of sugar just because if you make it overly sweet, you might as well have matcha ice cream.
I've had matcha ice cream.
Yeah, and I love matcha ice cream. Now, have you ever
had the little like ball thing?
That's mochi.
Sorry, I've had matcha ice cream, and then I've had mochi that I think was matcha flavor. I've had both.
Okay. Well,
there was a ramen place we used to go to that would do the mochi ice cream was included in the ramen.
I fucking love mochi ice cream. The only downside is it's
so
so goddamn expensive.
Yeah.
You go over to friggin'
that place is gone now, sadly.
Yeah. You go over to 7-Eleven, you get 2 pieces for $5.
They have it at
Jesus.
They have it at the Smith's by Lawrence Job now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind buying some right now. Shit.
So that's pretty good.
That's really good. I give this a top notch. I'll probably take some home with me.
Yeah, this was one of those ones we got on a clearance, and then we're trying to get rid of the box, and I don't know why. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think I just live in too white of a neighborhood. They don't know what matcha is.
Yeah, I don't know.
My store had to get rid of it.
I'm glad that they did.
Yeah. So check them out. I mean, it seems like they've got a story.
They have a story. Oh,
they got canned things.
I want the sweetened. I want to see what that's really.
I want to find those for you.
And it is made with real matcha.
Oh, they've got like a.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
Like,
We see you.
plastic bottle with like big time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go take a peek. Matchalove.com.
Yeah.
Boop. So last week's movies. I want to set a note that I wasn't expecting you guys to do the swerve ball that you guys did, and I was just like, I love both these movies.
So you're saying the swerve ball. My issue is we never committed to the other movie.
You're right.
So you expected we were watching that? Even told people we were watching that, and when you told me that, I was like, I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, it's fine. But the good news, that'll be tonight. So,
yes, that's tonight.
Good news. Okay. But even still, I fucking love these movies. They were really good.
Yeah.
First one was A Time to Kill, and it's Matthew McConaughey, Samuel L. Jackson, Sandra Bullock,
Kevin Spacey.
You just have an all-star cast.
Directed by Joel Schumacher. Oliver Platt. That's the other lawyer.
And it's holy crap.
And it's a Grisham book. It's based off Grisham book. Mm-hmm.
This is, as far as like serious movies, it's in the top 10 for serious movies.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. I have no qualms about this.
It's also really important in this day and age with everything that's going on.
And what's even funnier is this is back in '96, and it's still relevant to today. Because I remember you were like, oh, and you kind of like pulled at your collar and you're like thinking about it, and I was like, just it's a movie. It's something.
Well, no, I didn't think it was bad. it was like an accidental. I was accidentally picking something that mattered right now.
Gotcha.
You know, I have no qualms with this movie at all. I love this movie. Now, what I find weird is the ratings on this. 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 67 on Rotten Tomatoes, 4.5 out of 5 on something else. I'm not sure what that was.
I think it was 4.1 on Goodreads.
Oh, so they're talking the book. 4.1 out of 5 on Goodreads. Okay,
91.
But 91 from Google users. So let's look at this Rotten Tomatoes real quick. Okay, the audience does a little bit better, but still, I feel a little low.
Well, with how many?
Well, where are you putting it?
I'll put it at a 9. I'll put it at a 90.
Yeah, that's where I'm putting it. I'm putting it in the solid 90s.
Because, like, sure, there's a few very interesting scenes that kind of get glossed over, but were they interesting? Yes. Were they entertaining? Yes. Like, let's see here. Justice may be blind, but rarely have the courtroom dramas presumed quite so heavily on cultural myopia as this heinous version of John Grisham's first novel. I don't see that.
I don't. So they're suggesting that culture doesn't play a factor in your jury, and I don't agree.
Some of these people just need to be entertained, but they don't want to be entertained, so they're going in with that cynicism of, is this how this is gonna go? Okay, I need to get my mind in that. No,
I think also a level of it comes from not being they don't want to hear that the world's a bad place.
But it is.
Yeah.
Get used to it, kiddo.
What's this other one down here? What Craven Awful? Will fall?
Let's find out what awful means.
It's a fucking piece of a cow.
Refuse.
Okay.
Okay. You use big words that we had to Google.
That's not even a big word. It's fucking 5 letters. It's just an odd fucking reference.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Only a screenplay by...
Oops, sorry, click the thing.
It's okay.
Sorry. All right.
Only a screenplay by Akiva Goldsman could make things worse and... Low. And behold, speak of the devil of old scratch appears. I've read a Grisham book or two, and that's a 0.5 out of 4. I enjoy his books. I mean, they are kind of long, and if you go and look at The Firm, that's a long ass fucking movie based off a long ass fucking book.
I heard it was like 1,500 pages.
I can find out for you right now.
I will find out for you faster.
Only because I had to punch in my code. My keyboard's quieter.
I like my clicky clacks. Leave me alone. Oh, it's only 432. So even still, it's a lot.
I remember it being longer than that, but yeah.
Hardcover first edition of The Firm.
What's the movie's length?
What? Oh, the movie's length?
Yeah.
2 hours. 34
Yeah, 2:34. I mean, yes, Endgame's 3 hours long. Yada yada. There are longer movies, but it's a long movie to watch. When it comes to, it's a bit of a slow burn. So, I think these people are being completely unfair to A Time to Kill. I think it's an amazing movie. It did show strong storytelling and strong acting on multiple parts. Lauren hates Matthew McConaughey, loves this movie, and will sit there and watch it. I think that speaks multitudes if it can get you to sit through 2 hours of an actor you don't like.
He was really good in that.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with McConaughey personally, so I enjoyed it. So, the second movie, we went old school.
Wait, very old school. Not new. Not
and
this one here.
Got confused. Actually, no, that's still the poster for the other one.
Oh, with the color?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I'm going to take a peek.
So, I didn't know this, and we found out while trying to watch this movie. This was actually originally done as a teleplay, an episode of a TV show called, I think it was still called 12 Angry Men, and it had the same actors. And then they redid it the following year as a movie with these actors and kind of extended it and added a little bit more to it.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it's been remade once, I think, in America and once in Russia. The Russian one's called 12, and it's like 3 hours long, but everyone says it's really good. So what did you think of this one?
Very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the suspension of disbelief. It brings up all the points that a normal jury should go over, but they won't because they're like,
because they have a baseball game to get to.
Yeah.
Because it's hot in there that day and the fan's not working.
Yeah, and it's like, what are we here for? This? Send them out. Who cares? But then you got the one that says, well, hold on. We're a jury. We need to jurize how this is working. We need to set aside our thoughts, and we need to actually think about this. This is what we're here to do. This is what we're getting paid by the government to do.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, okay, all right, you want to talk? We'll talk. And then he's like, well, let's try this. Okay. And then instead of trying to convince the one of the non-guilty convinced the guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And all the verdicts begin to slowly shift and change. And then the ideology of the strange knife that was bought for $4 at the corner store, the strange curio store. And he's like, how many are you going to ever find like that? He pulls one right out of his pocket, flicks it open, slams it down next to the other.
Yeah.
And says, there you go.
Now, this movie didn't do good in its time.
Oh, probably not.
It flopped. People didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah, because it brings up a lot of harsh topics, even in that time.
Yeah, I mean, it really focuses on that one guy's just saying guilty because he doesn't like young kids. Thinks they're all punks.
Yeah, like his own.
But now it's become a big thing where it's shown in film school, it's shown in government classes, it's shown on businesses will use it as a team building thing. They make people watch it for team building exercises. Another interesting thing, the director put these 12 men in a room for 7 hours together before filming. And had them run the lines and stuff like that to kind of build up some of the feelings. It is Criterion. I was going to go buy the Criterion collection for movie night, but I couldn't get down to the Zia to do it. So we rented it. The other thing with this is Henry Fonda, I do believe. Henry Fonda. I do believe it's the guy with the tie right there. He's the whole knife thing.
Yeah.
Hates watching himself. Can't stand to watch himself. Or couldn't, I should say. He's passed away since then. So he didn't finish the screening of this film because he can't watch himself act. But on his way out, stopped at the director and said, it's amazing. He told me, he's like, I can't finish it, but I can already tell you it's just like the perfect thing. Talking about the film in general, not necessarily himself.
Now, something I've noticed with black and white pictures compared to today's times, you get lighting that's so dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we watched The Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
When we watched that, just the lighting that focuses, on his glowing eyes, his hypnotic gaze, and brings away from the rest of him. And then you go to today's Mummy with Brendan Fraser, and you're just like, he doesn't have that same look and appeal.
Yeah.
It's staggering how much more black and white film gets a better rise out of certain scenes.
Now here's a funny thing for you. Clerks is black and white.
Yes.
And everyone asked Kevin Smith why, and one person came to him with it's black and white because it's through the security. It's supposed to be like it's through the security cameras there, and he's like, sure.
Oh,
it wasn't.
That was just cheaper film, yeah.
It was cheaper film, but that wasn't the reason. The reason was the fluorescent lighting was gonna make everyone look green.
Oh.
So they needed to buy a lighting package, which was like another $2,000, and they didn't have it.
So he just said, "Fuck it."
So he asked black and white, and the DP goes, "Well, yeah, I mean, we can do black and white. There's no color, so you won't be able to tell that everybody's green. So that's why it's black and white. That's the only reason why Clerks is black and white. But it works amazingly for that movie. I find that a lot of people won't sit through black and white movies, and I don't think it's fair.
I don't either. Now don't get me wrong. I've maybe seen 4 black and white films up until we started up this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more.
Yeah, there's a lot of great shit that color film just wasn't a thing yet. So let's go and check out the ratings on this one. See what it's looked at as now. Not doing well originally, but see how it's improved. 8.9 out of 10. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, it is Criterion. It is considered important. 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd and 94% on Google users. Where are you putting it?
I'm putting it a little bit higher than A Time to Kill, just because of it's one room. Mm-hmm. You barely see any of the 1 minute of the jury box, 1 minute of the outside.
Yeah,
that's it. Everything else is in that room.
Mm-hmm.
The way that some of the shots are put in, the way that the mentality of the one who was the hardest to convince, his turning points. He wanted to turn, but then he's like, no, you don't get it.
Yeah. I'm probably going to put it at about the 100. The 99 to 100. I don't think there's anything you can do to improve it. I don't think there's anything you can do to...
I'm going to bump it up a little, 95.
So, we got a comment when we put it up for movie night on the Instagram. We got a comment from a friend of ours, Jordy.
Okay.
She likes the Russian one better.
Okay.
And she says the Russian one's better. And I get that some people are going to think it's better because it adds more to the story. I think the things they add changes the formula too much, and it may make that movie itself good, but would not make this movie good.
Now, hold on. We saw the remake of Murder on the Orient.
Mm-hmm.
You said the original was a little bit better because it added a few little tidbits that made you realize a couple things.
My thing was the things that left out from the book, actually.
Oh.
There were things that left out from the book that are things that help Perot reach the point of his
epiphany.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Essentially. But the thing is what 12, the Russian version, does is they show us the kid's story. They show us the kid sitting at the stand giving his accounts of things.
Okay.
And then we see the jury go through and argue their accounts and whatnot. They still do the knife and whatnot.
Okay. That would have been a little, if we had the full story instead of getting it little piece by piece as they were actually going over the trial.
Yeah.
That would have been a little bit better. But then again, this didn't do bad on explaining how things worked.
So, I personally, I love this movie. I will still go out, even though we've already done movie night and I rented it and whatnot. I will eventually go and buy the Criterion of this.
Yeah, and it looked good.
Yeah.
But this week's movies...
Okay, so
you wanted Nazis again.
You wanted Overlord, which is a movie that neither one of us has seen. Oh, that was a little bit of a spoiler.
Sorry.
That's fine. Neither one of us have seen this.
Nope, but I just wanted something that was a mash.
So, finding a movie to pair with this was a pain in the ass.
It was, but
because
you did.
Everything that it suggested was World War II movies. I'm like, this isn't a World War II movie. Like, it's set during World War II. It's about Nazis, but it's about the crazy fucking experiments and shit that they were doing.
Yes.
And this is fantasy, of course.
Yes.
But Hitler did go through and have people collect artifacts and different things because he was. It wasn't I believe in the supernatural, but it's like, well, if we're wrong, we're wrong. But if we're right,
that's when we get to push.
Yeah. So the Overlord is kind of like, what if some of the things the Nazis were doing was the thing? And so it delves into that. I think it'll be fun. Came out in 2018, and I do believe Abrams was connected to it somewhere, either a producer or a partial. I think he came up with the story, and someone else did the script or something like that.
You want to know how I figured out that we should maybe take a look at this? Bargain bin.
Really?
I saw it in the bargain bin, and I was just like, huh.
So, the movie we're gonna go with it. Why is there a bunch of anime?
Because that's the name of an anime.
Oh, the movie we put with it is one I've seen plenty of times. It's called Dead Snow. It's about Nazi zombies. Now, it's a Norwegian film. It's not in English, but certain lines are. It is in subtitles. Anyone that wants to check this out that has a Roku, it's free on the Roku channel right now.
Go for it. I mean, I'm just here just to have a good old time.
There's camp. There's questionable effects. There's questionable gun use.
Okay.
But it's fun.
Okay. If it's in the sense of entertainment, I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna.
I have not seen the sequel. Some people say the sequel's better.
Because what was it that you said at the beginning of Escape from LA? Don't worry about the bullet count.
Yeah.
Or don't count the bullets.
Don't count the bullets.
I was just like, okay.
So that'll be tonight. We're killing Nazis tonight.
We're killing Nazis again.
100 Nazi scalps. All right, where do you want to go with news first?
What I've done over the last couple of days. So, Doom 2, one of my favorite games.
I own this game like 3 fucking times.
Took me 23-ish years to beat this game on Ultra Violence without using cheats.
I've never attempted.
Oh man, the chasm.
So, did you start from fresh though?
Yes, okay. I did. I pistol started and carried over. When I got to I believe Dead Simple would probably be where things were like, okay, things are a lot more harder than I remember it. And then the pit probably got me a little bit, and then the chasm really got me. It got me feeling like I was playing Resident Evil 7 on Madhouse again. Like, I was like, oh, sure. But this game deserves all the praise that it gets. It's $5 on Steam. It has a bunch of things that allow you to play it on today's computer systems at 1080p, etc., etc. It even allows you to add 2 things that were not in base Doom: a jump button and a crouch button, which I did not do. I did not bind them.
You beat it classic.
I beat it classic. Now, I did play it with the jump button, and you can skip a lot of things in this game. Another thing is,
I guess not instead of saying classic, we could say Vanilla Doom.
Vanilla Doom. Yes.
Vanilla Doom 2.
Now, one of the things that the jump does allow is rocket jumping.
Okay.
So in the Crusher, after you already bring down the Crusher, and the blue key is just on this giant pillar, and you can literally just click the to shoot a rocket launcher at your feet, and then just as soon as you click, you jump, boom, you get height. And I was like, this is broken, even though I'm almost dead. And then you jump across and pick up some health packs, etc., etc. Doom is one of those games that is so memorable to me.
Yeah.
And then again, John Romero and John Carmack, both crazy individuals, stole a little bit of music in it.
Really?
Yeah. From Pantera, Metallica. They just remixed them a little bit, made them sound individual.
I mean, I guess it's that level of, 1, you're a fan, 2, you're a small thing, and you know, you don't, if you don't necessarily know music, like, you know music, but you can't create music, what are you gonna do, I guess.
Yeah. And then you have today's versions that remix those versions to sound just so independent. Mick Gordon.
Fuck.
Mick Gordon is an amazing.
I've got a couple just on my phone, just because they're fun to jam out to.
But I finally beat it, and I was so happy, and it was an obsession of mine. Now I'm working on Quake, and Quake is a little bit harder. Even on normal difficulty, I'm having a hard time. Because with Doom, you don't have that many rockets that are flying at you unless you got mancubuses around, revenants that have the homing ones. It's, you can hear them, you can feel them. With Quake, you hear the things that are around, but you don't know where they are, and they have much more layers, because with Doom, you have this and maybe a layer above, maybe a layer below. With Quake, it could be a tower.
Yeah. And
you got to figure out where things are. And
I personally didn't enjoy Quake as much as Doom.
Quake holds a special place in my heart, as it was a game I played before I played Doom. I have a Quake shirt at home. I just love everything about it. Even the atmospheric music made by 9 Inch Nails, Trent fucking Reznor.
Who is it that uses Reznor for everything?
Oh.
What's the director I'm spacing on it?
Oh.
David Lynch.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But even still, like, I would get a Quake tattoo. Would I get a Doom 2 tattoo? Maybe. Maybe I'd get
Just
like
get Pinky right on your ass cheek.
like a lot of fucking pinkies.
Any form of pinky that you want.
God, the double barrel shotgun felt so good throughout that entire game. Just that boom, clack, clack, clack.
So yeah, I love the original Dooms. I even like Doom 3. Now, here's the funny story. I bought Doom 1 and 2 digital on my Xbox 360, which carries over, luckily. Then I went and bought Doom 3, the BFG edition, which comes with Doom 1 and 2.
Oopsie.
So I've got those a couple times over. And then I think they were made free to everybody for a while there when they were doing like one of the Quake cons or something like that. So I'm excited for Eternal. I hope I get Eternal. I think 64 is the only one I don't own, and they just recently brought that to being available on other platforms.
Yep, I could purchase it on whatchamacallits on Steam. Another interesting thing, seeing as this is technically abandonware, they've thrown it online to where you can play it through Chrome.
Interesting.
Yeah. The only downside is it's a little jank.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it was early days of gaming. Most computers can run Doom 2. So if you want to just pay a couple bucks to have it and have the stuff that gives you the ability to run it, I say do it.
And then this is another one that I'm kind of going through as well. Rise of the Triad. The music for this is one of the most exhilarating soundtracks I think I've ever heard in my entire life for a team going into a occupied encampment island, and you just got to clear out the entire island. It's just a literal go. Like, first weapon you pick up, a second pistol. You know, back then in the day, you only get one pistol, you know, shotgun, that kind of thing. No, and that's when you get two pistols, and then the second weapon you get is a homing rocket.
Damn.
Yeah, they didn't not screw around with Rise of the Triad.
I guess the next thing you should do also is probably go through Wolfenstein.
Old Wolfenstein or new Wolfenstein?
Old Wolfenstein. I mean, I know you've done new Wolfenstein.
I've
got that weird middle Wolfenstein.
The 2001 one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got that on disc.
I have not messed with that one.
It wasn't bad. It was an interesting story, but it wasn't anything like what you expected from Wolfenstein, and it's nothing at all like what Wolfenstein is now.
Yeah, like I wouldn't.
It was like they wanted to take the story somewhere else.
Like okay, so OG I've played. I remember a bit of it. The dog.
You own number 1, right? Of the remakes.
Huh?
You own number 1 of the remakes, right?
Yes. New Blood, Old Blood, New Colossus, and I have thanks to you, Twin Blood, but never had a.
You can play the original in Old Blood.
Oh, good.
You go up.
I mean,
when you're at the base, you go upstairs. There's like a cot, and then there's like a little screen, and then you go over and you interact with that, and you can play it.
Neat. Well, on top of that, though, I already own it through the Apogee, I think it's called. I have the full catalog of Apogee stuff. But even still, this is also on my list for old 90s games that I'm digging through. Like,
are you streaming any of these?
Negative.
You bitch.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I should. Maybe I should
do retro night.
Yeah, just keep grinding my teeth.
Yeah.
For the people. But I do like all these old games. I keep going back. I'll probably do Quake before I finish up this one.
Sick. I mean, what other games were like this? You had Quake, Wolfenstein, Rise of the Triad,
Hexen, Heretic. There's a few.
I mean, Wolfenstein, you got to fight Mecha Hitler.
Yeah. Duke Nukem 3D.
Oh yeah, Duke Nukem.
I want to. Ooh, that's the other one I want to get.
He had a brain blast.
Oh yeah, I did.
Blood Fresh Supply. Oh, I remember this one. Okay.
Yeah. It has a really good voice actor. I don't remember his name, but he's a little campy, corny, but he suits the character.
Gotcha. I'm not seeing. See if you can find it on Wikipedia or something. It'll probably tell us.
Okay.
No, that works. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I remember. I don't think I ever played it, but I remember seeing it around, and maybe you can watch a couple countdowns with it and stuff like that. But I definitely never played Blood. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a build engine game, so it's around the realm of Duke Nukem 3D, all that. And having Caleb, I think the character's name is, being voiced by someone that has that kind of vocal range, and then having to tone him down to a monotone and keep him down to it. If I recall correctly, like his girlfriend, friend, sister dies, and hearing a little bit of how emotion can be given just through voice is interesting. I'll have to show you later on if we can remember.
Now, out of these games, we've gotten remakes of Doom, and they're amazing. We've gotten remakes of Wolfenstein, and they've taken that whole fucking franchise to a completely different level than, where it was. Night Dive. Nice.
Yeah, he remade this.
Does it look like the old one, or did they remake it?
They brought it up so that way it could be played on.
Oh, okay.
So
I was gonna ask, what do you think needs a remake like Doom or a remake like Wolfenstein, where it's not we made it run?
Well,
I'm saying full Rise of the Triads got one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go.
I mean that's okay. I feel like they could have made. When was this done? 2013. They could have made it look a little better, but this looks decent.
Yeah, they wanted to keep the speed going because this is the same engine that was Serious Sam.
Gotcha. But I mean, look at what how the IAD engine works now. I mean, it can do that speed. And I don't know if Bethesda allows people to use that that engine or not. But if that engine is something you can pay for, it might be worth it to bring one of these old games back up.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I own this. I own the entire throwback collection, so I have all of this. And Terminal Velocity, man, for a first-person flight sim, it was something. It was very much a something.
Because I mean,
and then Raptor.
We saw what happened when Duke Nukem came back after all these years, and the fucking mess that was. Yeah. Do you think they could ever actually do a good Duke Nukem? Do you think anyone would ever try?
With the today's stuff,
yeah.
Probably not. Randy Pitchford's an idiot. I mean, I love him. I love you, Randy Pitchford. You are one of my favorite people.
He's trying to put it out there.
That's fine. But as far as handling Duke the way you did, and also mocking the audience for saying that you did, because when he started off a press conference back in like 2004, he was like, I could do this, that. I own fucking Duke Nukem. And then 10 years later, you release Forever, and it's like, you had it. You had us all eating out of the palms of your hand. Because when Borderlands 1, when you owned the Game of the Year edition, you got the forward in on the Duke Nukem Forever beta.
Okay.
Which was, I believe, the Mines? No. Yes. The Mines. And it looked like it played well. It sounded like it played well. Before that, you're talking ages ago.
This is why we need to learn how to make video games, and we'll just go and buy up the Funk games and bring them up.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll be our own version of Night Dive.
Just work for Night Dive. Night Dive's bringing up so much.
But that's the thing, and Night Dive brings them up. I want the remakes as well. I don't want just it runs better now. I want it.
Well, hang on, because I mean, there's something to this.
No, and I get that, and I respect this, and I still want this to happen, but I want this to happen and the remake to happen.
Okay. You want your cake and you want your pie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's be honest, the pie is better than the cake. I like pie.
Neutral to both. I prefer ice cream.
That's not your birthday.
But yeah, see, they upscaled it so that way it runs, but I don't think it should get a full rework.
Oh, I'm not saying for like 64. I'm saying do it the way Doom is done. The new Doom games are not the reworks of the old Doom games. It's Doom. It's a new Doom story, but it's with today's technology.
I didn't know they remade this. So this is another one of those old 90s games. I believe it's Build Engine 2, but it's brought up.
Mm-hmm.
I think no, it's not Build Engine. It's Unreal Engine, the first one, very first one.
Gotcha.
And oh man, Or no, is this Unreal Engine?
This looks 64 to me, so I don't know what engines were run back then. This looks very 64.
It does. I'll have to take a look through this, but Night Dive. Woof.
Yeah, I mean they do good stuff.
Yeah, they
and
shit.
They're doing the new System Shock, so
Yeah, and I mean they even did
and that
the
looks
old
great.
one. Yeah.
So
And this is their.
That's basically what they're doing with the new System Shock. Is basically what I want them to do with
What's
the other games.
Oh shoot! Forward, and I want to see what you published because you guys published a lot. So, that's right. They also did all of the Fundamentation. Hold on.
I get what you're talking about. I played some of these when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's not humongous. Whatever.
But yeah, it was things like that and Putt Putt and Spy Fox. Yeah,
I have no mouth on my screen. Yeah, so
I actually own that version of I Have No Mouth on my screen.
I liked it. I loved it.
You know, it's based off a book, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, as far as book to game adaptation, pretty fair.
Yeah. Pretty hopeless.
Oh,
Very
hopeless. Freddy.
So, yeah, I mean, Night Dive does good stuff. What do you want to move on to next?
The other little thing, real quick. I'm just gonna.
I'm
I'm sorry.
He panic clicked too many times.
I did because I wanted to go one over, but I didn't. Another thing I went through with Goon, Borderlands 3's third DLC. The fourth one just dropped today, but we went through the third one to get ready for it, and we had a hell of a time.
Riding dinosaurs, shooting guns.
We wish we rode dinosaurs, but we didn't. They were riding.
Wait, you don't get to do that?
No.
Fuck this. Worst DLC ever.
You get to ride this thing though.
Nah, I don't care about that thing.
Okay, but we had fun. We enjoyed it. New guns were pretty good. The story was coherent. There was no real downtime compared to other Borderlands DLCs or even the base game where you're having to, up this hill we go. Oh, okay, we got it. Time to go all the way back. There was very little of that.
Yeah.
It was very much a forward mentality type. That's pretty much all I can really say about it. It's overall good. We had a lot of fun. There was some new mechanics on it. We were on Mayhem level 7. We were just going. There was no stopping us. And this new one is called Krieg's Fustercluck.
Okay. Clusterfuck, but
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's inside of his mentality in a physical form. So this is going to be an interesting one.
They should keep getting crazier.
Oh yeah, well this one's their last one, so it better be the craziest.
I like the Western theme though. That was fun.
See, that's what caused me to go like when it was just the simple phrase of it's a Western, or no, it's got cowboys and raptors. That was their initial push for it, and I was just like, that doesn't tell me a lot, and it doesn't really put me into wanting to play this.
I don't know. Sounds fun to me.
It sounds fun.
I'm pissed off I don't get to ride the Raptors, but
yeah. And then when it released, we were just like, yeah. I mean, we got to get ready for the last one. Might as well.
Like whenever you want to explain Firefly to someone, you just have to say it's a Western in space.
Okay. Yeah,
you don't want to give too much away.
You really don't.
I mean, you can say it's Outlaw Star. It is.
You could.
It is Outlaw Star.
It kind of is.
One of them should sue the other. I'm not entirely sure who.
I think Outlaw came first.
Okay, then Josh should probably be sued. There's an episode that is almost identical with them being stuck in space and a bounty hunter showing up on the ship.
Oh.
Yeah. Back on the news.
Where do you want to go?
Let's do the cancellation first. Yeah. So, Venture Bros has been canceled. I never sat down and watched the whole thing. I always watched random episodes, but what I saw was enjoyable. Were you a fan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, 17-year run. In that 17 years, they did 7 seasons? 8 seasons.
8
seasons?
We were writing what would have been season 8. So they did
season
7.
Yeah, and they were working on 8 when they got canceled. From what I understand from fans of the show, season 7 set up for big shit. This is being considered if you were to cancel the MCU before releasing Endgame. Yeah.
That's so messed up, though. My
theory is it takes them a while to do this show. 7 seasons and 17 years is a long time.
Yeah.
And I think that they're pushing for something to hit big again, like Rick and Morty. Not that this didn't hit big, but let's be honest, Rick and Morty kind of did something that a lot of shows aren't doing. However, this show did hit big when it first came out, and every time it did pop a season, it did hit big, and it's just 17 years. I think that's what it came down to, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I loved the first 2 seasons.
Mhm.
They are staple classics. You get each and every one of the characters' personalities just from the first 3 episodes, and then you follow along with them, and they get into literally one-shot episodes that you don't need to follow a cohesive story. Sure, you could. There's very mild tidbits here. You get kind of a little bit more of Brock Sampson's backstory, or a little bit of where Dean and Hank? I forget the other brother's name sometimes. But even so, you get their yeah, it is Hank and Dean. And you get a little bit more of their growing up, because Dr. Venture doesn't know how to handle kids, so what he does is he puts them in bed and puts them in this hyperbolic sleep tube that teaches them things. Because that's the only way he knows how. And then later on, we find out they're fucking clones. Because Dr. Venture is an unsafe individual.
No. I always heard it described as Johnny Quest meets the Hardy Boys.
Oh, it's far worse than that.
Well, of course it's worse. It's an adult animated thing, but...
Oh, I mean, I'm talking... You have Johnny Quest, but Johnny Quest he's always in danger, and, his friends always kind of try and help him out, but he's the one who wants to still save them. That implies that one of these guys is Johnny Quest. You don't get that with these 2.
Gotcha. Just bumbling fools.
Oh, yes.
Gotcha. Like I said, I've only ever caught random episodes. It's sad to see it go, and hopefully because Adult Swim being what it is owned technically through the umbrella of HBO and whatnot. Maybe we could get the 8th season on HBO Max, or maybe we could get a movie to wrap it up or something.
A movie would be nice.
Hopefully,
so, big budget.
Yeah, something. Hopefully that this isn't where it ends because of how the 7th season went. Like, at least let them wrap it up. I hate when companies don't let them wrap things up.
Yeah, because just look at Firefly.
So, very true. Well, Firefly did go on to have the movie.
Serenity, I know, but I'm just saying he didn't have that opportunity.
No. I mean, he wasn't given any opportunities there. Fox fucked him all the way on that. Do you know why Angel was canceled? Angel is the spin-off show to Buffy.
Oh, that's right. That's her friend, right?
Sometimes love interest, sometimes enemy, sometimes friend. It varies.
Okay.
But yeah. Angel was canceled basically because they hadn't given Whedon an answer yet, and he kept going, so are we getting this season? Or are we getting this season, or what? Like, are we getting the next season? And they basically didn't like the pressure that was being put on them, so they fucking canceled the show. It was doing good.
Josh just keeps getting screwed.
Yeah, but then he does things like what he did with Justice League, and he gets his comeuppance, I guess. He was an ass on Justice League, from what I understand. He treated the actors like crap and stuff like that. And now it's like, well, maybe karma was working backwards. Knew one day you'd be a prick.
I guess.
So,
I mean, I don't know.
Let's hit some of the Ubisoft stuff.
Bam. So, I showed you the trailer for Shadow Legacy, which is the new season for Rainbow Six Siege. Showed you.
Question: do you have to buy him?
No. Him personally, yes. You can earn him, but it's a lot of time and effort.
Oh, so you can earn characters then.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
but for a limited time type of thing? Like
nope.
So I could buy this game today and go back and earn all the past characters?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
What they did was they gave all the year ones for, like, they dropped it 90% off just so you can have a medium-sized roster.
No, I'm going in completely... No, I'm probably not going to buy the game.
You get it through Game Pass.
No.
Oh.
They did a free weekend.
Oh, that's right. But I like his kit. It's just I want to know what his passive is, because what we see here in the trailer, the little tiny snippet, is, Oryx comes through the wall and they brawl, but he still wins. And I'm like, he's half the size. Soaking wet even, as far as weight.
It makes him quicker.
Yeah, I guess. But Oryx, but see, this also brings up the idea that Oryx, who can slam through a wall, if you're standing on the other side of the wall, you're on your back. You can't, you don't pull out your gun because you're stunned state. So when you're on your back, he gets all the opportunity to pull out his, and ba-ba.
Well, like butterfly, sting like bee.
I guess, but it makes me wonder, does Sam, or Zero, does he abilify that? Does he just go around that and say, "Oh, I don't have that issue. I fight back."
I think you're overlooking it because I don't think he got knocked to the ground in this.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
I'm assuming
he was ready for him.
Yeah,
he watched him
because he saw him come through. So basically, that would be like a player that saw that he was on the other side and would.
Oh,
that's sound.
I forgot to mute the thing.
That's gonna sound terrible.
That's gonna sound terrible for 2 seconds.
So I think the concept is, because you're seeing him go through the wall, you're not there to be stunned when he comes through the wall. You're standing back far enough, and then the fight can happen.
But I'm just curious on whether or not that works. But I like how the Mira is standing by her mirror. Like she's waiting by her fucking capsulate, like any bad Mira player. You wander, you set it down. You wait for them to pass by, but you do not hold that position. You move. Another little tiny tidbit that kind of made me go, maybe they're planning something with Rainbow and him, because one of the head honchos at Rainbow says, "Hey, R&D's got your stuff all set up." Why would he need stuff to set up?
I honestly, I feel like they should keep using Siege as a way to spin off other games.
Yeah, but that makes me wonder. So then, are we going to get a Nomad over here?
Maybe, but I mean, the last game didn't do the greatest, did it?
Did okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a new DLC for it.
I yelled at my team the other day about the fact that we haven't played shit in the game, and basically it came down to I just don't enjoy it as much. And I said, we played for 20 minutes. How do you know whether or not you enjoy the game? It's just not the same. Okay, well, I agreed I wouldn't play the game without you. And I know you're listening, just so you know. I really want to play it, but my team won't play the game.
I mean, I'm down to go back. I'm in a position of, I don't want to say hyper level.
I'm gonna get a text message anytime now.
Huh?
I'm gonna get a text message anytime now about that. It's gonna be hilarious. Now, I want to play the damn game. I want to be Nomad again. I want to be in the stuff. Nomad coming to Siege doesn't really do anything for me. So
no, I wouldn't do that much. But there's a lot of announcements thanks to Ubisoft Forward. You got just a whole lot of stuff. Let's get all the way.
I don't care about.
You don't care?
No.
I like the fact that they're trying to push the Von.
Just all these VR games. The reality is, it's just a TV screen in front of your eyeballs while you're using a controller still.
Okay.
I
mean, I just like that they're going back to old characters. My thing.
So my first thing from Ubisoft Forward that I liked, that I want to touch on, is go that way. Mm-hmm. There you go. Watch Dogs Legion. So we got some gameplay in this where we got to see a little bit more about the concept of the teams. There's plenty of new characters, and they talk that there's also like special elite characters that you can only find sometimes. You won't find them just anywhere. So it's the Beekeeper is one of those ones. That's the one that's shown in this. She's got her own special abilities, and she's got robot bees. Everyone's got abilities. They show a guy in this that he's a getaway driver. He comes with a special car. He can't be followed by the drones, and he's got the ability to affect traffic. So everyone that you can bring into your group is going to have different abilities. We saw that you can also upgrade abilities, add different abilities, and so there's things like a spider bot, which did a really cool thing where it climbed on someone's face and electrocuted them. There's also the old people throughout the game, and they showed they have low mobility. They're not good for certain things, so they showed one trying to sneak around and climb down a pipe, and he falls on his ass and stuff like that. And so some fun stuff there. They showed an assassin who is great, because he kills people, but maybe not great if it's a stealth mission because he's prone to hiccups, and he hiccuped and got caught.
Really?
Yeah. There's a street artist with non-lethal paintballs. That's the driver, the getaway driver, actually. So there's a street artist that has non-lethal paintballs, paint grenades, and there's also a part where she's spraying someone in the face with spray paint. So if you're going for the non-lethal run, that's a good one to have. They also announced that Aiden Pierce will be back. He will be added as a post-launch content. That does not answer whether or not it's a DLC.
Or whether or not he's even going to be canon.
Well, he is completely playable. So why would it not be canon?
I mean, like, as far as, like, what's he doing out here?
Continuing to fight the corrupt groups.
Okay. I guess.
I mean, he was still doing it in... Why was he in San Francisco? Last time we saw him, he was in Chicago. So you see him in Watch Dogs 2. I mean, now he's out here. Because there's a big corrupt agency and they need hackers.
I guess.
So yeah, Pierce will be adding post-launch content where he'll have his own dedicated storyline. But he'll also be completely playable character. Now, the game is set for October 29th release. Hopefully it actually sticks to that release date. It is actually set to come out on the Google Stadia, PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One. It will come out on Xbox Series X November 10th when the console is released.
Every goddamn week.
I swear. There is no release date for the PlayStation 5 console yet, but they have confirmed that when that console does come out, the game will also come out there.
Hot dog.
So, I don't think this is one of those games that's doing it to where if you own it on the Xbox One, you'll get it on the Series X, sadly, but still.
But then again, if you own it digitally, I'm sure it'll roll over.
Yeah, it'll roll over. That what they're going to try to tell you is it has better... upscaling, yeah, better graphics, upscaling, more dots, shit like that,
more pixels.
Sox says sounds like lots of fun options. Yeah, I mean, we're showing some of the clip right now. I mean, it does look like a hell of a game, and the concept is you can pretty much recruit anyone, just use them for the right missions. This is the guy that falls on his ass. And you're gonna have like a hideout essentially, where these people can like hang out and shit. From what I gathered from this guy hookups. So, check it out. It's not a very long trailer, and it's got a nice narrative over it. So,
oh, you get a James Bond looking dude.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the James Bond guy. Let's skip forward a little bit because
you get to see him.
Yeah, you get to see him using a car. Oh, there's a spider bot. Zzz. There we go. Look at the fucking car. And it shoots rockets. The James Bond guy's kind of fun. You can make an entire team of old people if you want. So.
Okay, I can mess with this.
I smacked my head on the arm. Okay. I got a couple more Ubisoft stuff here. Was there anything else in Ubisoft you want to talk about?
I could talk a little bit about the Immortals. I watched this just as I text you for the pickup today, and I'm not a fan.
No.
It looks good.
This is the one that changed its fucking name after a year of being called another name.
Gods and Monsters.
Yeah.
Now, like, when I was watching this, I'm like, this makes me feel like I'm back in 2007, watching, like, some show. And I'm like, this looks good. It looks like a good throwback, but, day before my birthday. Didn't notice its release date. But, I mean, it looks pretty. It looks fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I do enjoy that it has a little bit of story narrative, but I'm worried that we've seen this before.
Yeah.
I
saw one article that was talking about this and said, we got to see a little bit of fighting gods and monsters in Immortal Phoenix. And I was like, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It talked about like Zeus and his betrayed son and all that. And I'm like, okay, you're hitting something that's already been hit with, God of War.
Well, I mean, God of War wasn't about Zeus and his betrayed son, though.
No,
and that's right. Part of the lore. It's going to show up in any game that's going to have that lore.
Fair. It's just, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be just an overplayed in general. But I'm curious because it seems to be build what you want, how you want, weaponry movements. Mm-hmm. You have this weapon, you do this type of thing. Cool. I'm interested, but not interested enough to say I'm going to buy it at launch.
Yeah, I feel like we're also not seeing enough of like what the game's like outside of cutscenes and fight scenes.
Yeah.
Is that all the game is cutscenes and fights?
It looks like hack and slash and a little bit of...
Okay, so here we go. Here's some open world.
Okay, I do like... So it's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but not nearly as pretty.
I mean, the Switch is only so strong. Leave it alone.
No, I'm saying this isn't nearly as pretty as Breath of the Wild.
Oh! I was like...
No, I'm saying Breath of the Wild is fucking beautiful.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. I probably won't buy it, but...
Oh,
there's some puzzles. Okay.
Yeah, there's a little bit. The other little tiny bit was this weird thing, the Notre Dame Unique Journey in VR, and I was like,
well, with the fire, they're still rebuilding this place, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
So,
but I was querying about how or why they were really like going above and beyond to make sure that this place gets rebuilt to its former glory.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's been a famous part of architecture. It's been in several different mediums, between cartoons to horror movies to books to all kinds of shit. So, and it's a big deal to some people.
I didn't watch this trailer because I was like, is it free?
Well,
I didn't even know.
It looks like a game I'm not going to get to play.
I mean, text me. I'm up.
I'm telling you, as soon as he hears this, he's going to yell at me.
That's fine. But like I wouldn't mind.
Ooh, snow.
Yeah, we're back in the cold.
I like snow.
Ooh, I love the dank looking forest. That I enjoy the game, but there are moments in the game where I'm just like, if there was like a low bearing fog or something, this would feel a lot more.
You want the environment to enact like affect more.
Kind of, because like that where you saw the lights through the fog. Oh, I want that. But having clear blue skies all the time, and then when it rains, it's still clear. I'm just like, yeah. I mean, the game feels great. It's what we already know with Wildlands over to Breakpoint. There's not much difference.
I think the only thing that bothered me going from Wildlands to this was the severity of the technology increase. They went from feeling like you're fighting in the real world in Wildlands to you were truly just fighting in a make-believe thing in this. And it's still enjoyable, but Wildlands felt more real.
Yeah,
I cared about the mission in Wildlands just a little more, but I still enjoy this, and I still want to dig through this and see what all happens. Who are they revealing? I can't tell who that is.
I can't either.
Sound would probably help.
Yeah, sound would probably help, but
2 missions. Well, play 2 missions for free. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't think it's anybody from Wildlands. So
let's just go over here and I'm just trying to figure it all out. Hang on. There we go. I take back my country. Torverish? I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Maybe just some local that's going to be a problem now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, I'm glad that they're giving us a little bit of a tidbit, but that means that we still gotta pay for it.
Well, I mean, 2 missions free, it's not bad. But yeah, I mean, it's like any of these things when they add new content, there is going to be a level of paying for things. I will say with the first one, you get to play pretty much that entire game for fucking free, other than buying the game itself. Like all the other shit that came in, the mission that came in for this, the mission that came in for Sam, all that, the Predator mission, it was all free.
Siege mission, yeah.
Yeah.
And
the Siege mission was in this, I thought.
No, Siege mission was in Wildlands.
Oh, okay.
Because Gundo got Breakpoint.
Gotcha.
And we learned a little bit of lore between the Siege people, such as Caveira and Twitch were dating, and we didn't know that, and it was a big shocker because we didn't know their relationship inside Rainbow. Well, and I'm glad that we learned.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why I don't get into Siege like you do, is because
I don't either.
There's no
connectivity.
Yeah, there's there's a story, but there really isn't. Like, there's not enough there.
Yeah.
It's mainly about a game being online, shooting other people. So
Yeah.
The next thing I have for Ubisoft, if I want to start flicking through again, it's going to be Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, yeah. That's, I think, number like 16 or something.
Oh, we can go back and talk about the other one then.
Oh,
There you go. Okay. So this game was was available digitally on the PlayStation, and was it on PC?
I don't.
I know for a fact it was on the PlayStation 4. 6 years ago, when they just pulled it. If you own it, you can still play it, but you can't buy this game anymore. It was just gone.
Yeah.
It's based off the comic, not the movie. Granted, the movie is pretty close to the comic. So after 6 years, Ubisoft says Scott Pilgrim digital game will be available holiday 2020. Google Stadia, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One will receive it. It'll be a complete release that will come with a DLC added to the original game that includes Knives and Wells as playable characters.
Oh.
And there's been no work on a physical release. I'm assuming there's not going to be, considering it was only digital the first time and probably only digital this time. Hopefully this time it sticks around.
I mean, yeah, I'm hoping it does too. Someone tells me they did do that in order to... There's no way they're going to lose the rights to this.
I mean, it was 6 years ago that they pulled it for no fucking apparent reason. So if you go back a little bit, you'll hit my next one.
It about it.
Yeah, it's Prince. Just so you know.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, wait. No. There we go. So, holy cow.
Yeah, a remake of Sands of Time, which that series was actually not a remake, but a new run to bring the game to modern things at that time.
Yeah, because
so
Prince of Persia, the OG was like 1986.
I don't honestly know. But Sands of Time was a 2003 series reboot for PC and consoles at the time. This will be coming in January. This remake of January 21st of 2021. So, so this is right around the corner.
89.
It'll be available PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One. There's a quote here from Anu Cole, senior producer at Ubisoft, who states, "It's a dream that is coming true." She's part of the Indian-based studio in charge of the remake.
Mm-hmm.
Still, people have that nostalgic feeling. People want to play the game. You still have all of the characters, the Prince of Persia, Farah, and Vizier, the original villain. It's just we have given it a good bit more flavor, more enhancements, she said in the announcement trailer.
Good.
You can also unlock the original Prince of Persia game that launched in 1992 for Mac within the remake. And they say that there's even more surprises that are included. So it was right around the corner. Is this something you would be interested in?
I like Sands of Time. Sands of Time was very fun. It was a lot of samey combat, though. It was light puzzle into same gen combat. I don't know. If it came with like 2 Thrones and otherwise, I might be in for it. Like 2 Thrones and there's another one that's also with it. But if it came with all of those, yeah, I don't see why not. But just this alone, at this point, super neutral.
Well, I mean, isn't this Sands of Time is just one game?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well. I thought Sands of Time was like a 2 or 3 like connected thing. I didn't play them, so
I liked it a lot. I can recall that I
know that the movie was crap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. You realize Disney made that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it for my Ubisoft stuff.
Ubisoft
no, I have one more.
Oh yeah, one more.
So this is why we call it Forwards, and also backwards. So, Skull and Bones, the long-awaited Ubisoft open world pirate game.
Yeah, it's not here.
Will not be on display at Ubisoft Forward this year. That's because Skull and Bones has become they're saying something different than it was initially expected. Elizabeth Pellin penned a letter to fans that was published on Wednesday, in which she outlined the game's postponement. Skull and Bones is still in development, Pellin confirmed, but the team has redefined the game over the years. Now Ubisoft has a new version of the game. We dreamt something bigger for Skull and Bones, and these ambitious
Okay.
and these ambitions naturally come with bigger challenges. These difficulties resulted in necessary delays for our game. Critical questions needed to be addressed over the past several months, such as how do we modernize the classic pirate fantasy? It's pirates. It shouldn't be modern. How do we ensure more immersive and visceral experiences? How do we create cool and memorable moments in game? For most of these questions, to be answered, it was clear that we needed more development time. Fallon also said that several new talents have joined the team in development of the game. This game was originally announced or shown at E3 2017 and was delayed several times since then, the last of which was delayed to 2020 and 2019. Ubisoft will re-reveal the game in 2021, so that's not even a release date. That's a re-reveal.
That's a teaser for a teaser.
Yeah. So
whatever, Ubisoft, you can keep your damn pirates.
Oh, my buddy's gonna be mad.
I know, but
he loves pirates, and he was a huge Black Flag fan.
Yes. The Crew 2 has more season things that they're pushing. Next one comes out on the 25th of November. Good for them.
I like cop chases in games, so this actually kind of speaks to me.
Yeah. Other than that, not a heck of a lot otherwise. Roller Champions, which is they're doing a blueprint initiative, which means that there's going to be creation stuff. I'm like, cool, I guess. I personally don't have it. For Honor, very hard neutral on.
Yeah, nothing else about the Ubisoft Forward jumped out at me. The rest of this was kind of.
Yeah, it was.
Go back one. Go back to what was that? Was that the Division?
Yeah,
okay.
Warlords, but it's a Summit.
Okay, so it's just more of the Warlord stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's fine.
DLC 2 Part 2.
Yeah.
Where I think you go down the tower.
It sounds kind of cool, actually. So, all right, yeah. Other than that, Forward didn't really impress me past these couple of things I mentioned, and that one thing that pissed me off. And I'm not pissed off because I was looking forward to the game. I'm pissed off because, just fucking be honest, and that the game wasn't being handled the right way. New talent tells me you had people that weren't doing their fucking job.
You got a lot of things that a lot of people aren't doing their goddamn job.
Yeah, and this is all in the middle of Ubisoft having to deal with the fact that they had to remove, I think, a president or something like that due to HR issues and shit. So they're a little bit of a mess over there. Well, they're renaming games halfway through their launch.
I thought I was going to go over to that.
Let's see. I got a correction from last week. That one right there. Yep. So we talked about 35th anniversary of Mario, and we talked about the new Mario 35 game, which is the Battle Royale type of game. I shouldn't really say correction, but more something I didn't realize. So when we talked about Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and then we talked about the Super Mario Bros. 35, we did not mention that you can only get that game until March 2021. I think once you have it, it's yours.
Yep.
But if you do not get this game by March, you will not be able to get this game.
It is a limited time release.
And it is also only available for people that actually pay for, what is Switch's online gaming thing called? It's Plus on PlayStation and it's Gold on Xbox.
I think it's just Switch Online.
Switch Online? Okay. Yeah, you have to have Switch Online to buy it because it's an online game.
I don't know. But yeah, okay.
So if you want it, that's what you're looking like. I don't think they did that with Tetris 99, which is a similar game in the fact that you are battling a shit ton of people online. So it's a little weird that they're doing it with this one. Do you have any theories on why? Money?
I mean, no. I mean, it's $20 a year.
No. I mean, the game being a limited grab.
Oh, I don't know. They've done it before.
It's stupid.
That is stupid, but
new fans are born every day.
Yes. So have a limited release just to piss them off before they even get born.
Mm-hmm. So my next thing is going to be the Xbox stuff, unless there's something you'd like to talk about.
Let's
first.
go. Right. I'm actually hyped for this.
A little bit, yeah.
Because
so They
Oh,
it started as a we don't need one. That's fine, unless you want to show the size of it.
Yeah.
So it started as a leak that they just turned into the skid, and we now have confirmed prices. The Xbox Series X will cost $499.99, which honestly I was expecting more. And that little guy right there, who's only about the size of 2 controllers, the Xbox Series S, the all digital version. I want this in black though.
It looks like a Bluetooth speaker.
It does look like a Bluetooth speaker. I'd rather it be in black though, or red. Red would be nice.
Red would look nice. I would like to have a changeable faceplate so that way I could like, or maybe just pull it off so I can actually do something on it myself.
Yeah.
But
I'm not an artist, so I
mean,
wouldn't try that.
I looked at the specs in it, and I'm like, this thing's a mini computer.
Yeah. For $299.
Yeah,
and 99 cents.
I was like, if you hotwire it enough, you can make this thing an actual PC, a gaming PC.
You ready to get even more excited?
Go for it.
Payment plans are available through Microsoft Xbox All Access program.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah,
actually.
so I'm going to delve into this a little bit. The Xbox All Access originally launched back in 2018 as a subscription for $21.99 for a month for 24 months. The subscription would get you the Xbox One S, Xbox Gold, and Game Pass if you upped it to the $34.99 per month. Now, in addition to this, people that are already part of that with the current console can move over to a new console. Once the end of their, I think it's once their 24-month subscription period is over. So it's kind of like when you do the upgrade systems on your phone.
Cool.
Without sending your old console in. You don't send your old console in.
Oh.
Yeah, you get to keep it.
Yeah, you pay off your console. Yeah.
So this is reserved for all access plans. It will be available on October 29th in Australia at retailer Telstra, T-E-L-S-T-R-A. November 5th in the UK at Game and Smith Toys, and November 18th in the US from Amazon.com. The current iteration of the Xbox All Access, which starts at $19.99 in the US, will include the following Xbox One consoles: Xbox One X, Xbox One S, Xbox One S All Digital Edition bundles, and in the US and UK, Xbox One Forza Horizon 4 bundle and Xbox One S Forza Horizon 4 bundle. Australia will get the Game Pass 4-month thing. You can bring up an entire breakdown on how this all works, but essentially, it's just a payment plan. You do have to have good standings with financial groups, though. So, I mean, depending on, basically it's going to come down to credit score type of stuff. They may not necessarily do a hard credit check. It may be a light one where they just kind of look at like what your payment histories have been with companies and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, $299 is a much more doable thing, and then you add in payments. You know, you're downloading the assets. You're an asset.
You're an asset.
Thank you. So, while we wait for that to load up, I don't think I have anything super small today. So I'm gonna hit my one last one, and then we can move on to butt it up.
Hello?
So, is the assets not working?
I'm going to try and bring it up again. Hang on. There we go. So...
Ooh, that's really zoomed in.
Yeah, it's their hard end. So, the CPU systems, it's running at 3.6 gigahertz, 8 cores. That's better than most PCs, right? Like, an 8-core processor right now would be $300 alone.
Yeah. My laptop's a 3-core.
And then... you go down a little bit, you got yourself a nice little
okay, maybe not 3-core. It's an i3. Is that 3-core?
i3 is probably a duo.
Duo core.
Yeah. Okay. And sure, you get a little less teraflops, but then again, who really cares when you're running at? They are being very transparent when they announced this. They said it's not going to be running 4K. We don't want it to run 4K. It's going to be running false 4K, where it'll be upscaled. It'll be 1440p. Upscaled to 4K. And I'm like, yeah, 1440 at 60 frames up to 120.
Which I love is 4K is also at 60 frames up to 120.
Well, this side is the Series X.
I'm saying.
Oh.
It's doing the same thing, just without the 4K.
Yeah.
You do lose a little bit of RAM here.
You lose a little bit of your GDDR RAM, but then again, I don't think that's going to be too bad.
Okay.
I think it'll be fine. I think it's just because of this. You're not going full scaling, so you don't need that much push. It's got a nice PCIe solid state drive. You're gonna get the same one either way. It's just one's a terabyte, the other one's 512. Just get yourself an external.
Yeah, look at an external.
Oh, hey, would you look at that? It has an extension card slot. It says 1 terabyte extension card slot. I think that they're gonna do bigger.
Well, so it's 1 terabyte expansion card slots because these slots, they're a card they're releasing for you to buy as well. That are currently
correct.
1 terabyte.
That is correct.
Like you're saying, I'm assuming what you're meaning is they'll probably eventually release a bigger card.
Yes.
And so then that slot is just for now being called 1 terabyte.
1 terabyte.
But
Yes.
the slot won't actually matter.
That's correct.
The port on the card won't change
No.
when you up the terabytes.
Yes.
So.
And then they're promoting their fucking Game Pass. Good for them.
So the one thing that's gonna suck about this is doing this one.
Mhm.
If you own an original Xbox game that you've been waiting to play, because not all original Xbox games are backwards compatible on the one.
You would need to get the Series X.
Yeah, you need to get the Series X. You'd have to spend that extra $200 to have the disc.
Yep.
So, bit of a bummer, but I mean, $200 to play something you really want to play
and get the Blu-ray player and be able to mess with discs.
I wonder if they'll build an external thing eventually, like a USB plug-in.
I mean,
disc drive.
I don't see why not. It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to have that ability.
So,
but even still, I'm actually ready for this. Another little tidbit on top of the Xbox stuff, they just added EA Play membership to the Game Pass.
Yeah.
So by the holiday season, they said it'll be tacked right on.
So for those of you that have been doing what I've been doing, where you're paying for the year subscription of EA Play, you can cancel that once this goes live.
Yeah, and that's pretty good because
60 more games.
Yeah. That's great. That's like almost 300 games. Almost 300 games.
Yeah, there's about 220 something on Game Pass right now.
Yeah, and plus the 60, so 280, we'll say. 280.
And then anything you have through Gold.
Oh, yeah.
So, because if you're smart, you're doing the combination Gold and Game Pass combo.
And now, wow. And
lots of good shit.
Lots of great shit. Like, Microsoft, you're winning me over ever so steadily.
Like they said, like we've heard from them, from people there, it's not like the mission statement, but it seems like they're tired of console wars.
Yeah, they're just saying, hey, we have all these developers underneath us.
Because the reality of console wars is the consumer is a loser.
Yeah. We got your money. We
put you on odds with your friends.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Sony is shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, we still don't even have a fucking release date for their console.
We don't have a release date, we don't got a price, and no backwards compatibility.
And it's ugly as shit.
This
is not the best looking console itself, I'm going to be honest.
But then again, it doesn't look bad.
That fucking controller on the Sony, on the PlayStation. This looks good. I'm happy.
Looks great. Sony's shot themselves in the foot by saying no backwards compatibility to PlayStation 3, 2, or 1. That really gets me. Because it's an emulation system. That's all you need to do.
Well, they did the same thing with 4. The 4 can only go to the 3. And
only some 4s can go to 3.
No. I thought it was all 4s could go to 3. Only some 4s could go to the 2. Are you sure? I don't own any 3 games, so I can't test this theory. I thought it was that they originally released a console that could go to the 2, and then they went, oh shit, we didn't want to do that, and they flipped it. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong.
I spelled that wrong.
It's okay, I spelled everything wrong. Isn't backwards compatible. Okay.
They don't like it.
Explains why. You want people to buy the games again. That's why. You can give us technical mumbo jumbo all fucking day long. The reality is you want someone to spend $60 on a game that came out 30 years ago.
I want to play Gran Turismo 3.
I want to play Spider-Man.
Oh, wait a minute, I already own the console that was released back then. Yeah. I just had to buy a new thing that allows me to play it through an HDMI.
Luckily, I have a PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Same.
It's
but
hiding.
Yeah, the same. but I had to buy an attachment that allows me to play it through an HDMI port.
Well, and what I love is
And it's
anytime I have a PlayStation aficionado come at me because I'm an Xbox person. First of all, I explained I own a 4.
I own a 4 as well.
You know.
I love Bloodborne. Bloodborne is one of my favorite games. Literally have a tattoo of Infamous on my arm.
The second thing that they always come to me and they always go, it's sold more units. And my thought process is they can sell more units all day. You can polish a turd, it's still a turd.
Yeah, I mean, you're selling more units because they need to buy that in order to
play their fucking games.
Yeah, meanwhile, you look at Xbox, you can purchase the new one and get everything that you got with your old one.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can purchase the old one and, sure, you're not going to have as much, but we're not going to tax you for it.
Yeah, my 360
play with your friends.
My 360 can play all of my Xbox games. My One can play most of my 360 games and some of my Xbox games. Yes, I did lose a little bit there, and that sucks, but that's because of a licensing thing.
That's out of
out of Microsoft's
hands.
Which they're trying to fix with the Series X.
And they're just saying, hey, when we get everything all settled, hopefully you guys get the better benefit. And that's what I like, is that they're saying, we want you to get the benefit out of this.
And I know that there's a lot of people out there saying, and even you'll have this thought process a little bit yourself. If you have a PC, you don't have to worry about any of that. And you're right, but I don't have PC money.
I mean, shit. With the specs that this thing gives,
you take it apart and build something strong.
Yeah, this thing's already strong. If you can work a little bit of the operating system, you could probably run Windows 7 on that. Yeah. Windows 7, Windows 10.
No, I'm going back to Vista. 95. Doing 95.
Doing 95. Go Doom 2. But on a more serious note, I foresee myself actually leaning toward getting a Series S.
Yeah. The Series S would be good because the reality is, I would love a Series X just because of the disk drive.
Yeah. And the better, probably, the graphics processor.
But I've got a working 360 in this house. I've got a working One in this house. The reality is, I don't necessarily need the Series X. I can save myself $200.
Yeah, but then at the other same point, I would also try and promote that extra too. I mean,
yeah, but eventually the X is going to drop in price.
Is that there?
No.
Shit.
That's
fine. But going from 4 teraflops to 12, that is 3 times the benefit.
Yeah. Reminder, I don't have a 4K TV in this house.
That's fine and fair. But I think even at 1080, even at 1080p, I think you can tell the differences.
I also like load screens because it gives me time to pee.
Oh, you're not getting that with dude. They did a stress test. They ran
I saw the one that Sony did on Spider-Man, and I was like, "What? Yeah. When do I get to pee?"
Yeah, I was like, eh. But no, this one did it with oh God, the game I play, Forza.
Yeah,
they did it with Forza. They went from the intro to driving, 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's not enough time for me to pee.
Well, I guess you'll have to leave it on.
That's Gatorade bottle next to you at the couch levels of peeing.
Please, I have that shit duct taped to me.
Yeah, funnel.
Yeah. But on a more serious note, 6 seconds. Like, right now, I'm hitting maybe 50 seconds, maybe, on a good day. Maybe a minute 20 on bad days. And I'm like, I can see why it would take that long. But 6 seconds to go from just tap A. Welcome back, Juggernaut. Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, this looks feasible. Also, furthermore, because eventually the X will drop in price, maybe start with the S. Put the S in your living room, enjoy it. And then one day you'll get to the point that you have the money for the X because it drops. Then you get the X and you put the X in your living room and you move the Series to your fucking bedroom. In your case, this doesn't matter. I'm talking about people like me or people with families, people with kids. You're talking 2 Series S is a hell of a lot better than 2 fucking Series X.
Because they're streaming devices.
Yeah, and then you do the home network in, because I'm assuming home network's still going to be a thing on this. You fucking home network those kids in. Every game you buy them, they each get and they fucking play together. Without fighting over, he's on my console. Then you just have to get the customized controllers to keep that from happening.
Yeah, you're right.
Which you may already have, because the controllers convert over.
It just has the new controller only has one new button, which is like their new share button thing.
Yeah, which you don't fucking need.
You don't need, but
it's nice to have.
Yeah, I would like to see how that.
But
works.
It comes with one of those controllers.
You're right, but I'm just saying.
IJS. The couch co-op buddy does not need the share button.
You're correct. But it's just something
I'm
new.
gonna
That
slap his hand if he does it.
But
stop sharing shit on my account, bitch.
but I love it. I love all of this.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind the little tiny box.
That I think was the rumored
the mock-up. But I would let it the box.
Little box is cute.
Yeah,
I still think it would be better in black.
back in black.
Or just do the Xbox green. Make it fucking hideous, and it'll be so ugly that it's lovable.
I would spray paint it. I would remove the shell and spray paint it.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Oh yeah, we're hitting some pretty deep time, aren't we?
Yeah. So we'll do my last one, and then we can hit the next that one. Yeah. So anyone that's a fan of Dune, the new movie's coming out. They just dropped a trailer. Go check it out.
I haven't seen Dune in ages.
Do you realize that there's the movie, but then there's also like 2 or 3 other things? Like one's like a TV show. There's another movie, and it's all a continuation of the other books. Young Xavier. Split. I can't think of his name.
It's always easier just to fucking Google it.
Because I keep thinking of Fassbender, and I'm like, no, that's not. No, that's the other guy.
That's the other McAvoy.
McAvoy is in one of them.
Really?
Yeah. So Dune had a good run, and now they're remaking it, and from my understanding, this new one's supposed to try to be a little bit more like the books. But if you just look up other Dune things, I'm sure you'll find it easier.
I was just curious on what McAvoy was in.
Oh, okay, everything. Which, by the way, they added Wolverine, X-Men Apocalypse, and Days of Future Past to Disney Plus. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch Days of Future Past
as well as the first X-Men.
Okay.
So with Days of Future Past, go watch it, enjoy it. But if you have the chance, there's what they call the Rogue cut. Rogue was in that movie and was almost completely cut out for the theatrical release, and it really affected the movie. So there's a Rogue cut that's supposed to be better,
like a Snyder cut.
Yeah, but with Rogue in it. Snyder's working on something new that actually sounds kind of cool.
Okay.
It's a zombie thing set out here for Netflix. Batista's in it. A couple other big actors are in it.
I think Batista's no longer an asshole. I think he's wanting just to do whatever.
I watched this new movie, My Spy. It was actually kind of cute.
I heard it was.
Not nearly as family friendly as I thought. People were fucking dying in that movie, and a kid said "dick."
I mean, we're in this generation where
they showed a dude's head flying by and put a fucking not a Wilhelm scream, but pretty close on it. It was interesting, but so Dune. Back to Dune.
Yeah. Back to Dune.
There was a board game that came out years ago, 1979. It was based off the book, and you played as characters in the book. Now they're re-releasing it. You haven't been able to find this game because they've stopped doing it.
I remember seeing this at a like a Boys and Girls Club style thing, like
Gotcha.
a safe key.
Yeah.
And nobody knew how to play it, but I would keep pulling it out and taking a look at it.
So it's been out of print, but publisher Gale Force 9 or GF9 says that this is just the beginning of the newly forged partnership with Herbert's estate. Herbert being the guy that wrote the books, yes. And his son went on to write some of the sequels. Originally titled Frank Herbert's Dune, the game was first published in 1979 by Avalon Hill Game and Company. So they're saying that it's currently an early prototype of a classic strategy game, it was when they were in last year's Gen Con. But this is actually pretty much set to release now.
Good.
So it looks pretty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't. I was gonna try and remember what I had on this, but nothing's clicking. But I wouldn't mind relearning or attempting to learn it the first time.
I want to get this and then demand that McAvoy and McLaughlin, he's in the first movie, play with me.
Okay.
You guys will play.
Also, thank you, Cross, for the bits. And
thanks, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Hope everyone's doing well, enjoying your time, and listening, backgrounds, work stuff. We're doing pretty good. Oh, there's the classic game.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty.
It's very pretty.
I mean, the original was pretty, and the new one's pretty, too. I'm sure that those old ones are probably worth a little something. I mean, 79, you're talking, what? Fucking close to 40 years ago?
Born 1979.
I love his mumble type.
That's how I do it.
Look at that. Fucking, that one's 90, that one's 280. That's the box.
Yeah, the wooden one, though. I think that's why.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, see? I wonder if they've got it up at a little shop.
Maybe.
Because they've got a lot of old shit there.
They do. I wouldn't be surprised, but then again, I wouldn't also be surprised if they put like dollars to bills on it.
Yeah, probably.
And then all the little tiny counters.
Yeah. So, yeah. Cool stuff for anyone that's a big Dune fan.
Wow. That's a drawn one.
And you gotta do what you gotta do. And the game was out of print for so long. You know, someone put the specs out online enough for you to be able to do it. All right, let's do the butt it up.
But shoe news. So another one.
They just keep coming.
They just keep coming out. So apparently there was a Skywalker one.
We missed the Skywalker one too?
From 10 years ago.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, well, that's different. We weren't podcasting then.
Yeah, I didn't hear about it until when you linked me to the Facebook post. I went into the comments and people were showing off the shoes. And I'm like, oh, I'll take a look. And then I saw one that was similar to this, and it was Luke wearing the X-Wing suit.
Mm-hmm.
It was the orange with the white.
Yeah.
It looks really nice, and it has something similar to the character on the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that looks really good. And then I read the comment. Yeah, I got these 10 years ago at a con. I was like, 10? 10 years ago they've been making these.
That's fucking crazy. Well, these new ones look pretty nice. You can put they're Han Solo Reeboks. You can put a Millennium Falcon on it. You can have it say Star Wars, or what does the other one say? Do you know? See if I have a photo as we get further in.
I'm trying.
It's got a strap over it. I can't tell what that says.
I can't either.
I think it says Han Solo.
I think it says Han
Yeah.
Solo too.
It's got a strap over it to be like his gun holster. I think that's the only part of the shoe that's kind of weird.
I like it.
Get why it's there. I would probably wear these.
I would wear the shit
Do we
out
have
of
a
these.
price or release date on this?
I mean, if they're 2X boosts, I'm betting 170.
And we're going to thank Hyper Beast on this one. This is where we're at for this one. It was right down there. Scroll back down. Right there. 197.
Okay, that was close.
So the gallery above was actually from a Tokyo release.
Okay.
So.
But I mean, shit. I'm. This is big.
Mm-hmm.
Like Star Wars is doing a lot of like outgoing things.
Well, yeah. Look at the fucking Lego thing that they're doing.
Lego thing. Yeah. Well, it looks like we just found out something that literally dropped today.
12 hours ago.
But up shit. Yoda. Get out of here. Get out of here, stalker.
My shoes you will wear.
My shoes you will wear. How much is these?
Did you ever hear about the lady that sued the
180. September 17th, by the way.
Nice.
Go ahead.
The lady that sued the radio company about her Toyota. They said if you call her X amount, you're going to win a Toyota. And so she called, she won, and when she showed up, it was a toy Yoda. Yeah. It's kind of a dick move.
You asked for this from a radio show. Come on.
Yeah,
they don't have car money. We don't have car money.
Well, depending on when it was.
Oh, yeah.
You know, radios used to be big. You know, I would be okay being a disc jockey.
Yo.
Hey, look, Leia.
And
Those are cute.
cream. I like cream. Cream is one of my favorite other colors.
Oh, yeah, those are nice. Interesting.
They don't have anything for the laces though.
Probably because it's such a different build of a shoe.
No, they're Ultra Boosts.
Yeah, but it's like a longer, you know.
I guess. Let's see if there's anything else while we're here.
Yep, look at those C-3PO. I think we added a site for our research. Okay.
Yeah, Hype Beast. And then the Lando we already talked about. Vader Immortal we talked about. That's a cool fucking helmet.
While we're on the subject of Star Wars, if you go and check out Entertainment Weekly, they just dropped a couple images from the new season of... there's some Skywalker ones. They just dropped a couple images for the new season of Mandalorian, which will drop in October.
All right. That's all I'm going to grab.
All right, let's run through these real quick.
All right, boom.
C-3PO, nice and gold.
Nice. Oh my god, they are shiny. But they do look like C-3PO. I can't be mad at that, actually. They look good. Would I wear them? Oh my god.
I could see people wearing these in all kinds of music videos.
I can't do.
Especially with a lot of dancing.
But nobody worries about the droids.
Yeah, these look good. Oh, I like the bottom. I like that with the circle and everything. It looks good. I like the way it looks.
Okay, and then
Stormtrooper. Okay. These look more R2 because of like the blue.
Yeah, a little bit.
But all right, Stormtrooper. I mean, I guess. Don't like the laces.
Yeah, neutral. Very neutral.
I like these Luke ones. They've got plenty of tie-ins. They got Star Wars tie-ins. Did we?
Yeah, it has no on the bottom.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember those. They've got the X-wing, Yoda, R2, and a lightsaber, all as tie-ins. All right, what's next?
And then I just noticed these.
Nice watch.
Yeah. Darth Vader, Luke. I think this one's for Boba, and then all three.
Nice. I like watches. I just,
I refuse to wear anything on my wrist.
I like watches. It doesn't bother me. I have an Apple Watch. It doesn't bother me wearing it. My issue with like a watch like this, or even with the Apple Watch, is every now and then I smack my wrist on shit.
You're afraid you're gonna break it?
Yeah. And the Apple Watches are pretty durable.
Yeah.
But still. My brother's already broken, I think, one. All right, and then
time to get angry because it's still.
These are ugly.
These are god awful.
Minions in Reebok. They made the eyeball, the pump
for the Insta Pump.
Yep.
I got nothing. Like I was gonna go in with the whole thing of look at these.
So they're set for release date of October 1st. We currently don't have a price.
But if they're like regular Insta Pumps, probably $210.
Probably. Very plastic. Very
even
plastic.
the leather looks plastic.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
And then randomly silver on the back. Doesn't even make sense for the characters.
Oh.
So the bottom almost looks Toy Story-esque.
Yeah.
Which is different companies. So, yeah. This wasn't the gem of shoe news, but here you guys go.
It was all I found at the time. And then I was like, wait, Quincy has one. Okay, we'll be okay.
So, and then let's end it on a good note. Let's end it with some charity.
Yeah. You enjoy Unity. You said you've used Unity, and you said it's easy to work with.
Yeah, I've actually messed around with Unity on a PC that really can't handle a lot. It was a laptop. And I was able to work through some of their coding lessons, and actually build the rollerball game that they have you build. Unity is a free thing, by the way, that you can develop games in, and they teach you how to use it and everything. The way it works is a game that you build with Unity. If you're doing the free thing, they just have to have a big Unity stamp at the beginning, basically. And then as it reaches the fact that you're making more, or you're building with a bigger team, so on and so forth, then you start getting into having to pay and whatnot. But Unity's got a lot out there, and it's got like an asset type of thing where other people that use Unity create things, and it's on this big catalog of stuff that you're able to use.
And there's some, sure, you pay for it, but it's going to charity.
Mm-hmm.
These ones are Girls Who Code, Game Changer, Special Effect, and Gamehead. Special Effect is one of my favorite charities of all time.
And while we're on the subject of Girls Who Code, go and do this. This teaches you some coding.
Oh, yeah. And when you have the assets, it gives you the breakdown of how those assets work, how the bone structure for certain things.
Unity's got good physical effects, too.
Oh, yeah. Fucking two of my favorite games work off of Unity. So, yeah, get in there. It gives you a whole lot for, I believe, $29. Gives you the whole entire set, and it gives you low polys, clouds, skyboxes, environments, mesh creations.
Just look at some of these environments: the winter, the forest, the caves. They're freaking beautiful.
Yeah, and it even throws in a few games so you can get a good idea on how. Wow, that's a lot of matcha. On how Unity works for certain aspects.
Yeah. I think this is definitely worth it if you're hoping to get into creating games. Unity can create games for PC, you can create games for mobile. There's all kinds of shit you can do for Unity. They can help you with setting up your game to run on both Android and iOS. It is a really good system for anyone that's trying to do something smaller on their own.
Yep. And as usual, you purchase this, you also get 1 month free of the Humble Choice, which is the new Humble Bundle Monthly, which I kind of want to talk about real quick. There's a lot of interesting games with it. You get the second ukulele game, the good one. You get Catherine Classic. You get Evoland, which gets you through the evolution of action RPG style games such as Zelda and otherwise. Forager, which I didn't mind, but it felt like a grindy game. Generation Zero, which is like a first-person. What's that one where you're fighting robot dinosaurs?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Thank you. It's like a first-person that. Fun with ragdolls. Looks like you're just throwing around crash test dummies. Like it's a whole.
Oh, I don't need that. I can do that with you.
Fair enough. You get the story variances with Vampire the Masquerade and the shape-shifting detective, and a little bit with the occupation.
I need to play more Vampire the Masquerade, at least the tabletop. I know that the computer game was until the community fixed it, but I need to play more of the tabletop.
The role playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind doing a light Nosferatu. Like, yeah.
And make your nose all creepy.
Not all Nosferatus.
No, I'm gonna make your nose all creepy.
No. Okay. Strange Brigade.
I'll fix it.
That's fine. Strange Brigade and Lethal League Blaze, two very random but very fun games. This month, not bad. And the link will be in the description if you happen to want to help out with that. But I recommend it highly.
I'm sorry, I missed. Sock said something was shiny. What was shiny?
I believe she was talking about the shoes. The C3POs.
I'm sorry, I'm slacking on chat today.
I am too.
Oh, this one is a good one too. I got the email about this. So if anyone's into The Boys, which is currently airing season 2, the third or fourth episode will come out tomorrow. You can get The Boys right now. The first, let's keep going. Let's see how many volumes. Keep going.
So 10?
Yeah, it looks like, I think that's the
11, 12, and then side stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, you get a lot for how much? 15. I love the volume 9 cover because it's Dark Knight, but it's him kicking someone off. So I personally enjoy the book a lot more than the show. Show's enjoyable. I will continue to watch the show. Read the fucking comic though. Yes. So that's another good one. So there's a lot out on Humble right now. Yeah, I saw the tropical one.
Okay, yeah, that was
Tropico.
Yeah, the Tropico I was neutral to.
But you know I like it.
Yeah, I know.
The problem is go back up. 3 and Reloaded. I own all those already.
So
4 I own. I don't own the DLCs to 4, so that would be cool.
Voodoo looks nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
5 I think I own on PC, but I could be wrong.
But even still, $12 for it? Would you pay $12 for all that?
I love the tropical games, and you're getting all these DLCs. So. Yeah.
And also, what does it help out? It helps out the International Medical Corps.
I say go for it.
That's a good one.
$12 for some fun games. Goofy stories.
The Quincey, I didn't talk about it a little bit ago, but I don't know. To me, this one kind of felt like a rush to put together because there are better ones. Like, sure, for $12 you get Deep Sky Derelicts and Stygian, which I'm okay with. I felt like
Lovecraftian horror RPG.
It's Lovecraftian detectiving, and I'm like, I like it, but
which reminds me, are you gonna watch Lovecraft County?
Probably not at launch. I'll wait a little bit.
Oh, it's already out.
Oh, it's already out.
Yeah, there are a couple episodes in now.
Then I'll wait a little bit longer because I got a couple more things on my plate.
Gotcha. It's looking good. I haven't started yet. I think I might once we get a couple episodes that I can binge.
Okay, and then you get this for what is it, 18?
Mm-hmm.
I like the look of it. It's just I don't know. I feel like most of these games feel kind of rushed.
Gotcha.
But
hey, we never know. Diamond in the Roughs, there could be something in here, and it's helping charity. It never hurts to help charity.
Correct.
You don't have to necessarily get something out of helping.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
But yeah, check out Home Bundle. Lots of good stuff. There's also things in here for learning a new language for kids and adults. I know that a lot of people out there like to use apps to learn languages, and that's great, but those apps normally have some kind of subscription thing. When you get the language things, you're straight out getting the whole fucking thing.
Incorrect.
Incorrect? What do you mean?
We'll show you because it's like trials or not trials, but
Oh, are they? That was weird. That was not the page we clicked on.
Yeah, 6-month access.
Oh, okay. We did look at this one. Oh, but you get the book still.
Yeah, you get the books.
Yeah, so you get the whole thing in the book.
Yeah.
I've got a French book and CDs and whatnot that I could learn all the French. I just have to stop being lazy.
Yeah.
I've had it for years.
Yeah. Other than that, Old School Revival has a few very interesting books.
Stop showing us that page.
It keeps going back. I'm sorry.
No, I was yelling at them, not you.
Oh, okay. It has a few map packs that don't necessarily go for 5e. There's not a lot of 5e things that are variable. This is kind of like out of the left field kind of stuff, you know. It's more for ideas because this is a whole new what do they call it? System.
Yeah.
New, I don't know how old, but new as in new for us.
It's always fun to try something new, though, right?
Oh yeah. And I mean, I'm talking like, holy shit! Look at all this.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, even if you're trying to like translate it over to 5e, I'm sure it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
It would just take you a little bit. I wouldn't mind purchasing it just to be that kind, to kind of like bubble it toward.
Plus, it's always good to have extra maps.
Oh yeah.
It can never hurt to have plenty of maps.
Look at that map.
I mean, and you can convert maps too. Like, you could use this same freaking map. They don't want to let us see the whole thing because they want us to pay for it. But you could take the same freaking map right here, and you could use it for any game. You could use it for a damn Star Wars game if you wanted.
Yeah,
because it's just a map.
Yeah, it could be a Star Destroyer, and then this is like the ventilation system, and over here is
it could
like
be some weird, crazy Sith planet.
The barracks, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So it's always good to have maps laying around.
Maps.
So I think that's it.
I think that is it.
Be sure to check out check out Geek Grind using our link and our discount code of just H20. That's JUST H20 numerics. Be sure to use our Humble Bundle partner link. Wrong way. Damn, I got it right last week. There we go. And like, subscribe, follow, tell a friend, tell an enemy. Tell a frenemy. Find us on Twitter. Find us on Instagram. You can find us pretty much anywhere using Ugly Mugs, but you can also find me and Justin at our own personals. What is your Twitter?
My Twitter is longshot_heroes.
Which is also where you can find this show on YouTube. Is it the Longshot Heroes? Yes. And then mine is just at Quincey Robertson, QUINCEY ROBERSON, and that's
not Robertson.
No, not Robertson. It's Robertson. And that's just at Quincey Robertson. You'll find me.
And I mean, it'll be down in the description anyways.
Yeah. And you can also email us if you have any questions, suggestions, anything like that. And we will be back next week with his reviews of, my review too of Overlord, but your review of
Dead Snow.
So, all right. Remember, your brew, Tifo. I've already done that one, haven't I? I got another one.
I think something similar.
You're fabulous.
Okay.
Like that one? Fabulous.
Bye.